I think you have to keep your sense of humour as an actor, or else you're buggered. In the words of Winston, let's keep buggering on. I think you have to keep a sense of humour. I think Gary's really funny, and Gary kept a twinkle and kind of kept a sort of, when he wasn't in the scenes, he didn't sort of stay as Churchill, so sort of Gary would sort of sparkle out of Churchill. So I think there was a great sense of humour, and that's led by like Joe and the crew, and yeah.
What was it like working with Gary?
Amazing. He transforms 100%, and so it really felt like you didn't have to act when you're with someone that incredible. If you just focus on them, the rest sort of speaks for itself. So I was in awe of him. Like I think those actors that can transform like that blow my mind, and I really hope that one day I'll sort of learn in that way, because I think it makes your career so sort of rich and unexpected, and probably makes your job as an actor really fun.
To work on the Churchill films, or such an iconic figure, I mean, what was that like?
It's great. I think it's fascinating right now with everything that's going on in the world to do a film about a leader that was so sort of, at least in this instance, so strong and powerful and stood up to oppression and hatred, and you could do with some more of that probably.
Do you think our politicians today could learn a lot from Churchill?
Well, I mean, that's probably too broad a statement, but in this instance, yeah, and how a great leader really can lead and unite a country for the better. Yeah, we don't really have that at the moment.
Amazing. Thank you.
I think really important, especially for seeing a more intimate side of Churchill, and also for the scenes where Elizabeth Layton's involved, because they had a very kind of unique and interesting and bond, where having worked together through the entire Second World War and sharing a lot of long hours and stressful moments, and you can tell from reading her book that she's sort of totally admires this great man, as she calls him, completely and undefiably, and her book's fascinating. It really is. I think you get to see a different side of Churchill through her eyes. What I like about the film is that it's a capsule moment. It's the time where he became Prime Minister, and the period of how many days it is, I forget, where he was, where Hitler was taking the whole of Europe, and so you really get to see him in that moment, which I think is really interesting in a biography, because you can go really deep, and you're not claiming this is Churchill, or this is who he is and he's a great man, or this. We're just looking at how he dealt with that moment in time, which was incredibly, and for whatever you think of him, that moment in time, thank God he was around, because if he hadn't have been, we'd be in a very different place potentially.